Hello, Facebook ads people. I'm Konstantinos, and this is the Facebook ads breaking news podcast. Hello, guys. Another podcast today. Please excuse me. I'm a little bit sick, so I might be coughing from time to time. Um, Today's topic it's going to be about relaunch of the ads. In the general news about this week, I would like to talk about two things that I have observed. First of all, I can see that the results are improving in the past period. I really like the results that I see across all of my accounts. Secondly, I would like to announce here on the podcast that I'm having a new production of videos, which is all about 2023 and how I view the ads on this period. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, one day before the air of this podcast, you will see that I have a new video about the retargeting on 2023. The next week, there's another big video coming also, which is about scaling, I believe. No, it's about CB optimization, actually. And I'm having another video which is coming after that about lookalikes, and another one which is coming about scaling with broad targeting, and I will see if I will do more about 2023. Don't forget that the previous week, if you haven't seen the video about my Facebook ads philosophy for 2023, which sums up all of my methods and everything, you should go and you should actually check it. Two major news. First of all, I was doing some ads with one of my employees, and I found out that there's a small bug. We're not sure yet if it's a bug or not, but the thing here is that I have seen that you program your ad for 6 a.m., but for most probably this is going to be just a bug for 2 or 3 days. Just be careful with it if you're watching it now, because we have the feeling, right, that we put the setting for 6 a.m., but it's starting the ads immediately. We cannot prove it because then on the other campaigns it didn't happen. Maybe we neglected of putting 6 a.m. Just be careful. Check if you put 6 a.m. and if it's starting the ads then, or if it's starting them immediately. Or we're just stupid and we did the same mistake 2 times. But anyway, we cannot prove it. Now, the next thing that I want to point out is that the cost caps seems to be working in one or two of my accounts. From time to time, I'm testing always new things. Cost caps and manual bidding with values and stuff, it's things that I'm always testing. With cost caps, I can tell you that I have launched some ads. Basically, let me tell you the concept. The concept is this. First of all, we are having an account which is having a lot of results. So what we are going to do over there is go and see. We're going to see what it's going to. By the way, when I'm coughing, try to close all of my coughing so that nobody is bothered. Okay, so what we're going to see with cost cap is this. We're having one ad account which is having a specific cost per purchase that we are seeing. Let's say that this one is $25 cost per purchase. And on this one, we are trying to always try to improve. So with the cost cap, you're going to put one of your creatives that is working very well. You're going to do an ABO campaign because cost cap is always ABO. You're going to put as a cost per acquisition target over there, one ad set with 21, one ad set with 22, one ad set with 23. Always two less and another two below. So 21, 22, 23. If our average cost per purchase, it was 28, you would put 26, 25, 24 in three ad sets in order to see which one is going to spend and so on. Because the cost caps, when you put a cost cap in the optimization option, it's not going to spend unless if it's going to get the results that you're asking from Facebook to get. So this is how the cost caps are working, and I'm testing it right now. It's working on 2 or 3 ad accounts. So start doing your tests and see if it's going to work or not for you. Now, about relaunch of the ads, which is the main topic of today's podcast. Basically, what I wanted to say about relaunching of the ads is this. We have situations that we are having successful ads, and the ads after some point they don't work anymore just because we have an untrained pixel or we have a bad period with our Facebook ads, whatever. So what I want to say about this is that it doesn't mean that you have to reinvent the wheel. Relaunching of an ad means this. You have one campaign which is working, it stopped working. So what can you do after that? You're just duplicating it and start the next day at 6 a.m. This is going to help you a lot to not lose all of your campaigns. And I see a lot of times people do the same mistake over again and again, which is this. They have one campaign working and then they try to do completely different targeting, completely different creatives, trying to replicate the success again with another way. And I want you to know that you just have to relaunch it. Don't forget that the initial results that you're getting on Facebook, they are completely random. You might get one sale here and there, and then it's going to help you get more sales, especially with new pixels that they are not trained enough and they don't have enough data to give you always successful results. The initial results are very important, and you might get some good results, you might not, but this is what is going to dictate how the campaign is going to continue optimizing after that. So relaunching is a very good option for several cases. First of all, you have one campaign which is working for a long period. It doesn't mean that it's not going to work again. Just relaunch it, and maybe it's going to work for a smaller period this time, but it's also an option so that you can keep having sales until you find another good ad or a good creative which is going to work again. Relaunching is an option for something that worked in the previous 5 months and then you stop doing it and you want to try it again. Third option is when you're having uh, another thing basically that you can do is that you can scale with that. You can have spending in one campaign $200-300 and you're relaunching this campaign with a bigger budget or the same budget, trying to spend this time 600 instead of trying to scale this campaign just like this, which maybe it's going to cause it to lose on ROAS. And so on and so on. There are so many things. What I'm trying to say here is this. You have to understand two basic concepts. The first one is the randomness of the initial results. There are campaigns and ad sets that you might start on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, on different days, and they're going to have completely different results. And there are also campaigns that they might work for a very long period and they're going to die and you can relaunch them. So randomness of the initial results is going to help you optimize your ads, as I said earlier. And this is a concept that you need to understand. Why? Because you might start one campaign and you are unlucky and you're thinking that I have one video, I believe, which is coming soon, where I'm showing one case that I was having a specific campaign which did very bad, and then I relaunched it 2 days later and it has 3.5 ROAS now. So these are also things that you need to look and actually use relaunches. Just to recap, relaunches can be used on something that has worked and you want to make it work again because of the randomness of the initial results, which is going to help it optimize all over again. And the second thing is that relaunch can be used in cases that you have some good metrics like good clicks, good everything and stuff, but it didn't work out because you were unlucky with initial sales and you want to relaunch it in order to see if it's going to pick up this time. Don't forget that the more you have a new pixel, which is unstable, the more you need to do relaunches in order for you to find something that is going to help you get going. Because at the start, the pixel is not so strong in order to give you always some results with any campaign. So you need to do relaunches in order for you to have this randomness of the initial of the initial results, which is going to get you a result, which is going to get you to continue further. That's for the main topic. I think relaunches is a great tool. I think that you should use it. And a lot of times there are people that they don't use it, and that's a huge issue. Let's move to the next one. I was having one client once, and I'm bringing this topic up because there's a guy who actually mentioned it about, okay, I'm out of stock. I'm going to do pre-orders, and with the pre-orders, I'm going to be able to actually get sales while I'm not having the stock, and then I'm going to send all of the items. Pre-orders are a little bit risky, let me tell you why. And even if you do it, you should go and you should increase the shipping time in the page quality score. But you are risking your Facebook page because one of the major reasons that Facebook pages are getting banned is because of the shipping times. Basically, Facebook is making a question and is asking, did you get your item or are you happy with the delivery? Something like that. And if you answer no, then you're getting bad rating. So if you're not satisfied, in other words. And maybe the people are going to agree. And I hear some of you saying that, but they agreed on the pre-order, but they forget, and people can be bad, especially in anonymous surveys. So people might say, no, I'm not satisfied, I didn't get my product, and they wouldn't even remember if this was a pre-order and that you told them about it. So be careful with pre-orders, because I have seen sites which are extremely legit and stuff, they're just out of stock. They try to continue having cash flow, which is okay for a business, but they do it in a way that it's wrong, in my opinion. If you want to do any pre-orders, do it with other channels like SMS, email marketing and stuff, and don't do it with ads, because with ads, Facebook is going to ask, and maybe you will have issues with your page quality score. I have seen it happening. Now, we have the model of the blue verify button coming with a payment, as I think someone from Facebook announced. Basically, the situation is that you have to pay something like $11 or $12 or euros per month in order to have the blue verify button. There are a lot of people that they are against it. I'm not against it at all. I think that it's a very good move, and I think that we should do it, because at least now you will pay for something and people will look more. For example, I have an idiot who is pretending that it's me, and he's asking money from people so that he's going to ban accounts from them, and he has made some campaigns and he has 100K viewers, 100K followers from Pakistan and India. And I have nothing against Pakistan and India. It's because it's cheaper CPM there and it's easier to get followers. So he's having all of that there, and maybe someone would think that if this guy is having 100K, he's the real Konstantinos, whatever. Okay, if you see his account, it doesn't make any sense that it's me. But anyway, I have people messaging me, is this you or stuff, and they say no, it's not me. So now, if we can pay for that, and of course Facebook is going to ask for identification, passport, and everything, I think it's going to be a very good solution for all of the scammers that are out there. And of course, getting to the blue verification button that exists now, it's very difficult, and I have tried several times, but it's not just giving it. So I think it's a good solution for all of us to know which ones are the legit accounts and which are not. By just paying, you will just have to give your ID, because right now, because nobody pays, there are not actually good people, a good system about it, so that it can verify accounts. So it's a problem. Now, we have some news from Facebook. I'm going to put two pictures over here. One of them says about work accounts. There is a new way about Facebook that talks a little bit about some new ad accounts that you can have. And what I'm trying to say with this is this: how many times have we been working in a business and we were actually having our personal account being used, and we use also our personal account for the business. So Facebook wants to eliminate that, and they want you to have one account which is going to be your personal, and one account which is going to be for your business. So the concept is this: we are having our personal accounts that we were forced as employees, for example, a lot of times to use in order for us to be able to do our job in our businesses in a corporate level. And Facebook is thinking and says, okay, but we want your personal account to be for your own use, so that you can do everything that you want, which is not affecting your business. This is BS, because still it's going to affect if you're part of a business. But you can go and you can have another account, which is going to be your corporate account, and you can have another profile there that you're going to use for your business. It's a very good thought. Let's read about it. It says, work accounts gives you access to Meta work tools. Use Meta work accounts to log into Meta devices and services for work. No personal Facebook accounts required. Perfect so far. And then it says, why use work accounts? Powerful and secure account management. With work accounts, organizations have more control over the security of their employee accounts. Of course, because if you have a professional account, this account needs to have different layers of security instead of your personal account, which is going to have different ones. Of course, in my opinion, you should always look also for your personal account to be super secure, because this can compromise your professional account if you don't pay attention to it. And then it has, business will be able to manage their employees' work accounts and have access to enterprise-grade features like a single sign-on integration and so on. We will continue to expand availability throughout the rest of the year. So right now, it's not available everywhere. I think it's only in the United States for the time being and for some businesses. And on the left side, you can see that she is logging in with Lisa at foxfabrics.com. So this is using her corporate email. Now, there are some remarks that I have about this, which a lot of times, first of all, it's going to be a pain for people to have just another account, another workspace, another thing, because in a corporate level, and all of the corporate CEOs are going to love this because it looks professional and so on. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a mess of working in another environment. Is it a good feature? Yes, I believe that you should have a different account from your personal and from your business one, because there are a lot of times that there are businesses that they have been destroyed just because somebody was operating from their personal profile and he was doing everything there. And when he was being sacked or he left the company, he was taking all the work with him. So totally fine with that also, especially for agencies that are running Facebook ads. I think that this is very good to have professional accounts, everybody not using their personal accounts. Also good. But why is Facebook doing that? Do we actually know? So what is the main way that Facebook is getting more money to increase the stock value? By having new ad accounts, by having new accounts. So what is Mark doing on the third world countries? I think now we don't call them like this due to political correctness. We call them developed countries. Why he's going to developed countries, Elon Musk? Like my girlfriend yesterday, she told me, my wife now, she told me that in the pharmacy there was one person that came and she didn't say, she said gender transition and not change of gender. She didn't say that, so that she can be political correct in the way that she's phrasing. So now we call them also developed countries, not third world countries. So the developed countries, Zuckerberg is actually going there and he's trying to put the internet to small villages and stuff. Apart from the fact that it's going to help them a lot, what are these people are going to do as a first move? They're going to make a Facebook account. What does this mean? It means that he's going to have more new accounts. New accounts means that the stock is rising and Facebook is showing expand. Perfect. What if somebody had a very good idea so that it can make all the people who work in businesses to have a personal and a business account? That means new accounts, which they actually have a use. So over there, you're having a very good tool for Facebook to keep increasing the accounts and the new accounts that are coming, because this is going to help them with their stock, which is going just like this right now. Okay, so this is one thing about it. But of course, the same way that this doesn't change the fact that people on the developed countries are going to be helped by internet. The fact that Facebook is going to be helped by that, it doesn't mean that it's not a good feature. I still believe that it's a good feature. The only thing that really bothers me is that there are people that are going to suffer having a lot of accounts with a lot of businesses and everything. Now, let's go to the favorite topic of today. So I was watching these two pictures, guys. In the left here, we can see I really like the fact that I can take the decisions of the editing on my own. I haven't even discussed it with her, and I say on the left, and I say she's going to do it. So on the left here, we have one picture from the Twitter employees before Elon Musk taking over, and on the right here we have with the new situation with Elon Musk. So why do I bother about Twitter, first of all? Because I believe that what we see on the left side is happening right now, which for you it's most probably the right side. I need to also understand how to talk. So I'm going to say so what I see on the right side, you see how professional I am. On the right side over here, it's all about the personnel that we have right now on Facebook, guys. And we have all of these people that you can see just from the picture that there are people that most probably they work 1 hour and they are super tired, and then they have to do a break, and then after the break they have to do a pointless meeting, and then after that they do that, and all of these people, they are hiring same people like them, so it continues to grow a situation on Facebook that it's full of lazy people. And then we have on the right side a team which I want to focus mostly on this guy. I'm going to show you later who is he. I believe that, I don't know how to express myself about this guy. So first of all, I love him, okay? Because this guy over here, I feel like in order for you to stop him for coding, you have to take him with a headlock out of his chair in order to drag him out of the building, because most probably he's coding 20 hours of the 24 hours of the day. Most probably his chair is the smelliest chair in the world, and he's sitting always there coding and stuff. And maybe he's not smelling flowers, but I'm sure, like the other blondies over here do, but I'm sure that this guy, nothing personal with his hygiene, maybe he's smelling perfectly well, okay? But I think that this guy is actually working a lot, okay? And then you have all of these other geeks over there, let's say, and this is why I want to say you have people that they are not lazy, and the companies are the people that they are working on these companies. So over here we can see a team of people that are going to work 24/7, and on the other one we see a team of people that are just going to drink coffee 24/7 and just have pointless meetings. So in my opinion, this is the problem that Facebook has right now, and they need to start firing people and start hiring more people like my friend over here in order to fix things and in order to make customer support better or whatever. Because the people that are actually working in companies and not the people that they are political correct or whatever, and they have this good environment and all, these are not the people that they're taking companies forward. This is my remark about it, and I'm just going to put it there. Just because after Twitter fired all of these people and we could see all of these drama queens getting out, I could understand. It really reminded me of the people working in the public sector here in Greece, that they do nothing and they just all the time cry about their δικαιώματα.
Rights.
About their rights on on work and all of that, which really makes me sad, because everybody's dream in Greece is to work on the public sector instead of going to the private sector, because they think that it's more difficult. So yeah, that's my point of view. I think that if Facebook is going to go to this picture over here, it's going to help it a lot to have better customer support, better everything. And about this guy, I would love to have him also in my company, just out of his face, okay? And his physique. He's the same like me. He's working all day, he's fat. He doesn't care about anything else rather than coding. I care nothing about else rather than Facebook ads. Yeah, I would love to meet him. His friend also next to him, the other Chinese guy. I would love to, and the guy next to Elon Musk. All of these are people that I guess that they are working 24/7. Anyway, I'm a little bit prettier though than them. So let's go. We have another email that came. It says, this March Meta is excited to hit the road to help our partners adopt the most innovative best practices, set up solid foundations, and understand testing opportunities to learn what works best in today's marketing environment. So they have a series of events. They have one in Austin and one in Chicago. It's on the 1st and 2nd of March. If you have a Facebook rep and you are in one of these places, maybe you should check if you can find a ticket or whatever. So I'm announcing that. Obviously, I'm not there, so I'm not going to go. And even if I was there, I wasn't going to go because I'm hearing that every day from several Facebook representatives. Now, and to be honest with you, I don't think they want me there because I will start asking questions and they would not like that. Let's go to your questions, guys. This is were the main topics. I will try to make this podcast a little bit shorter today because my throat is hurting me and right now I'm suffering. Now, we have this one. It says, I always watch your videos and they are very helpful. Thank you very much. You keep telling that automatic placements is not the best option, but what do you think is better? What should we turn on and what we should turn off? I searched through your videos, but I cannot find the answer. First of all, I have something about automatic placements. I understand that it's another video, so I'm going to prepare for you another video soon, most probably in the next 30 days, which is going to be about automatic placements in 2023. Just to keep it very simple, until the video comes out, because I'm going to prove it also with breakdown of results of what is working or what doesn't. The placements that are currently working is Facebook feed, Instagram feed, Facebook stories, Instagram stories. Facebook stories don't work that much, but they have sales. Now, the thing that changed in 2023 and the late 2022 is now we're using also Reels. Reels, when they started, like everything on Facebook, they didn't work well. Now, by breaking down the results, we can see that we're having sales also on Facebook and Instagram Reels. So you have these 6 placements that you have to use. Everything else is useless and it's not working. I'm going to prove it to you with a video. You have to be patient for 1 month. For now, use them. And when the video comes out, I think it's going to clear any doubts that you have about it because everything is going to be there with breakdown of results of actual accounts spending X amount of money, 500 sales, 600 sales, breakdown results. Let's see which placements are working. Okay, now, this doesn't mean that Facebook doesn't push the concept of automatic placements. We explained why. As I said several times, it's an extra income for them. So basically, when you're having all of these placements and Facebook is spending 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents in each one of these other placements except from the 6th one, and then it's optimizing to those 6 because they're getting the sales, Facebook is taking from you for each campaign X amount of money, which is multiplied with the ad accounts, with the campaigns, with the businesses. So this is a very huge income for them coming for no reason. Now, is there a possibility that Facebook is giving better results when you run automatic placements or not? Maybe. And this is why I'm running automatic placements in several accounts because I see that I'm getting better results. At the end of the day, what I care about is not about the money that Facebook is going to steal, but I'm caring about the money that I'm going to generate and if I'm profitable or not. If Facebook wants to steal some money and wants me to use automatic placements, it's fine. I'm going to do it. On the other hand, I must say that I don't care so much about Facebook stealing money. I care about understanding if they're doing it or not. So I just don't want to be stupid. If they steal some of my money and I say, okay, let them steal it because I'm still winning, it's fine. But if they steal it and I don't know it, this is what really bothers me. This is why we're talking about automatic placements a lot of time. But we talk from the perspective of not don't ever use them, but from the perspective of I know that you are stealing me. I will keep letting you steal me, but I'm doing it because I'm getting better results. Now, next question. Heather, I have just launched my campaign and it is working great. As I'm trying to scale with more campaigns budget, I keep hitting the Facebook ad spending limit. I have no failed payment whatsoever. Does anyone have a solution to that? The support couldn't help me out. Nobody has a solution to that. When you have a spending limit into your ad account, you just have to be a good boy, keep paying, and be good with your payments. Continue like this, and everything is going to be fine. They're going to increase at some point your spending. The other thing that I want to point out to that is that from time to time you need to ask the customer support, because there are cases that I have increased it by talking to the customer support. There are other cases like yours here that they told me, no, we cannot increase it for you. So this is something that you need to check from time to time with them. And by from time to time, I mean every 20 days or 1 month, you need to ask. Most of the times it's being increased on its own and you can do nothing about it. Just make sure that you are paying in time and you don't have payment failures in your ad account, because this is going to not help you at all. Next one. On the topic of different pixels for different countries, what is your opinion in terms of niches? Do you think that we also need a different pixel if we're targeting a completely different demographic? For example, if a product is going to be targeting moms and a different product is targeting teenage girls or even grandmothers, should we use the same pixel for all of them? Love to know your thoughts. Thank you. No, we should not use the same pixel. Now, the concept of having a store which is having a trained pixel for a specific product, for example, for grandmothers, and then inside there finding another product which is for a completely different audience, it's very well known, and there are companies like Unilever, for example, that are doing different marketing for the next product. So think of it. Unilever has so many products and they're doing different marketing for each one of them. Why do they do it? Of course, not for the pixel, because Facebook is just one part of the marketing. They do it because also in real life, in order for you to be able to focus and give the message that you want for the specific niche that you want to target, you need to have a different marketing. So what are you doing? You are differentiating your product with another logo, another site, whatever. So in the same situation over here, if we think of it, of course you should not go with the same pixel. There are a lot of companies that they are starting with a specific product, which is their best seller. Then they find next to it another product which is doing very well, and they are breaking this product to a new site so that they can have a different marketing, focus more to it, and get the full potential out of it. The biggest possibility over here for a new product that is going to target a different niche is that if you keep it on the same site, it's going to always be the shadow of the main product. If you want to make it better, if you want to start having more sales, if you want to focus more to this niche and so on, what you need to do is that you need to focus with a new pixel, a new site, a new marketing, different creatives, all of it, different logo, all of it, it has to be different if you want to go to the full potential of it. Now, if you address to this product as another product, but I care about my main product, but this is going to be just another good product, okay. But if you want the full potential out of it, you have to go into a new site, basically. And this is something that is not new. This is something that a lot of companies are doing for a lot of different businesses. There are even SaaS products or digital products that they are starting with a specific thing. Then they have a feature inside the program which they are making it a completely different product because they can see that they can scale it differently. The same is happening with products that they start as one item stores and then they find another product which is super strong and they go to another. Or we go to big companies like Unilever or Coca-Cola, for example, didn't name Fanta yellow cola. It named it Fanta. It has a different branding over there because it's a different product. Yes, they're both soft drinks, but maybe they address to different ages and they have different marketing also. So you have to understand that, yes, you have the mother company, but you have different logos and different things like Unilever is doing or Coca-Cola or every other big company. So on that, yes, Facebook is also going to follow that. And we have the pixel and everything, which makes total sense if you have a different site, different logo, different everything, different landing page, different creatives, and different pixel. Now, unless if you don't care about it, okay, and you want your good other product to just be in the shadow of your main product, it's fine. Or have less results, or you don't want to scale it. Question. So he's talking about Advantage Plus on this comment, and he says, does the campaign completely stop and goes back to revision when you add a new creative or country to target? Yes. if you are in an Advantage Plus and you add another ad, basically you are resetting your ad set. If you're changing your country, you're resetting your ad set. Does this mean that you're going to lose all of the optimization that was happening? In theory, yes. You're losing all the optimization and you are exiting from, you're going again to the learning phase if you exited it and so on. Is it devastating? No. I have seen people doing it. I don't like to do it, to be honest with you. I like to start my campaigns all over again. But people say that, yes, but it's keeping the data of the last 7 days, so it has better chance of optimizing. Fine. I can get that point. But I'm sure that it's resetting. This is one of the things that I know. It's resetting and it's starting all over again. The only things that are not, even if you change a comma on the text, it's going to reset it. The only thing that is not resetting the ads is to change the name of a company or of an ad and change the budget. It's not resetting it. Maybe it's going to cause other issues, but it's not resetting it at least. So be careful with that. In this channel, we follow the philosophy of if you have something new, you do it on a new campaign. You don't disturb the ones you have because we have several. Now, if you believe in the stupid philosophy, anyway, I'm not going to call it stupid so that I can judge it, but let's say that you do just one campaign with one ad set and then you change only the ads over there and stuff. Okay, fine, go and do it. But we have a completely different philosophy from that. We would do it with a new campaign and we would have several campaigns. And yes, it resets it, especially the learning phase. Now, if it keeps the results from the last 7 days for optimization, maybe it does, because I have done it also. For example, I'm optimizing one campaign and I'm doing one mistake, for example, and I'm closing the ad set and then I'm reopening it. They don't die. They just keep going. So I guess that it's keeping some data from the last 7 days. It's just different from the way that we optimize and we do campaigns on the ad account. But I think that I answered to your question. Now, let's say I create a small 15 retargeting CBO, 3 ad sets, 1 visitors, 1 middle of funnel, 1 video views. Does Facebook automatically prefer the larger visitor audience? Now, in general, in CBO campaigns, Facebook is going to prefer, of course, the ad set that has the bigger potential reach because it's easier for it to spend the money there. What really bothers me though on this question is 2 things. First of all, you don't run CBO with your retargeting. There is no point to have 3 ad sets and make them compete with each other in a CBO campaign, because these are very specific audiences that you don't want them to compete with each other because you know that they're already good because you are running conversion ads and this is the retargeting audience that you want. So first of all, no CBO on retargeting, just run them as an ABO. Second thing, if you have only $15 for retargeting, don't run 3 ad sets, run 1. Put everything inside and start getting results with the 15. There's no point of breaking down your funnel to 3 different ad sets instead of having one, especially when you're having such a small budget. The breaking of results, it has to be a case when you are running the breaking of more ad sets in retargeting. It has to be something that you do when you're running big campaigns with big budgets and you want to break down your funnel more in order to target specifically people in the different stages of the funnel, because you're having a lot of them in the different stages of the funnel. Now, if you want to spend such a small amount of money, I think you should do just one with all of the budget. It doesn't make any sense to break the funnel more. Because you're not leaving money on the table, it's going to be enough. So yeah, that's my remarks about this question. Okay, let's go to the last one, and then we go to how much time to? Oh, perfect. We're going to do it. At least we're going to do once more. Now, question. Hello. I just see your... Let me see if I have... No, this is last. So, hello. I just see your videos and subscribe. Thank you. I have one quick question, please. I'm selling books for $9.99 and I want to know what budget should I give to the ad sets. I'm selling in US and UK and I give the ad set $5. I just want to know how to scale. Please, also my AOV is 16. Because I do bundles and upsells. Thank you so much for the content. It's an e-store. Before I answer this, I had before the podcast a discussion with a client that she came and she told me, look, I'm having a store right now that I want to have a cost per acquisition for t-shirts on $3 and the cost per acquisition for hoodies on $5. And I sent her an email and I told her, what makes you think that you can hit these numbers? And why are you asking for those? Is your pixel new, first of all? And she told me, yes, my pixel is new. In order for my business to work, I also told her in the previous mail that what she's asking is impossible based on the CPMs right now on the United States, and that is not going to happen. Because guys, if we could hit those numbers with t-shirts, everybody would have a t-shirt store right now. It's it would be like the cryptos. You would go and everybody would talk about the crypto, this and that and that. You will go and everybody that you know around you would have a t-shirt store. So I told you this, and she told me, if you don't believe that it cannot happen, thank you very much for your honesty, but we cannot work together, of course. And I really like to be super straightforward with this kind of stuff, because I'm not going to promise that this is going to happen or whatever in order to get a client. And I don't want to work with an account like this, because it's always going to be a problematic situation that this person, it's not having an issue with the Facebook ads, it's having an issue with their numbers. So their numbers don't make sense. Just because she wants to have this or that in order to be profitable, it doesn't mean that Facebook is going to give that. So we have to be careful with what we're asking from Facebook, because from time to time, let me tell you that this is not going to happen. So maybe here we have one situation like this, because it says, I'm selling ebooks for $9.99. Okay. I'm selling in US and UK. He gives into his ads at $5, and the AOV is 16. So if we made 16 divided by 5, he's asking from his ad sets in a daily level 3.2 ROAS, which is a problem. So when when somebody is sending me a message and I see such an item selling for $10, average order value of 15, this person, in order to be he's spending $5 on each ad set. That means that we are having a situation that I'm 99% sure that it's not profitable, and it's never going to be, because when you sell something for 10, you're having $16 AOV. In order for you to be profitable, you need to have 5 ROAS, I guess, or how much. But even if you want 1 ROAS, it doesn't make any sense. So I don't know how to answer this. I want to know what budget should I give to the ad sets I'm selling. I would go with a CBO, I guess, here, in order to start seeing what kind of cost per acquisition you can get. Do a CBO, for example, with 50 and 5 ad sets, just so that you can see what kind of results you can get, what kind of cost. Don't get me wrong, I have seen 1 or 2 companies in the past year, only 1 or 2, that they have such low cost per purchases and stuff, and it was working for them. One of them, it was selling a very small calendar like this with Jesus Christ on it, and it was having $3 cost per purchase, and it was profitable. Crazy, I couldn't believe my eyes when I was watching it. So there are rare cases that you can do that. Of course, not with t-shirts. But in that case over here, I think that maybe it's not going to be profitable, but still, just because it's Facebook and we have to try it, I would run a $50 per day CBO with 5 ad sets and try to optimize it and see what kind of cost per acquisition I can get through that. But other than that, I don't like the numbers. I don't like nothing about it. Anyway, good luck, Aiden. I hope to have good news from you in another comment, and don't get discouraged from what I say. Just keep doing your thing, but also keep a little bit into your mind what I said. Now, let's close this smaller podcast today because I'm suffering right now from my throat. With this thing that I found on Upwork, it says looking for a Facebook ads expert. We have a client, but we would like to shift our Facebook ads work to someone else. We have a client, but we would like to shift our Facebook ads work to someone else. Okay. We're looking for someone who has some latest experience with Facebook ads and knows about their update and latest tricks. Must also know how to set up conversion tracking very well, mainly to some page views and thank you pages. Okay. Page views by default. What do you want to fix? If you put the pixel somewhere, it's going to get page views. It's by default. So anyway, now here is why I'm watching this. It says it's a small client with small budget, about 2-3 campaigns, and our monthly management budget is 100. So I wasn't sure about this. This is why I put it here. Long-term potential client as well, with more clients as well. But we'll start with this client. Bullshit. First of all, are you getting paid $100 for as a fee for this client? If you're getting paid $100, how much is he spending? $200. And if his budget is $100 and maybe you write it in a different way here, it actually made me thinking. When do we consider a business small? So for me, somebody who doesn't have to spend $100 or $200 on Facebook ads, it's not considered a small business. It's not considered a business at all, because I believe that someone could run $100 ads, even if it was a 12 years old boy or girl, with their allowance. For example, how can somebody not have $100 for Facebook ads or $200 and they have a business? It doesn't make any sense, because we always hear about small business. What kind of small business doesn't have $100 or $200? I can think of one. Maybe it's a girl that sells lemonades on Sunday, and she wants to do ads so that people can go to the stall and take the lemonades. Maybe this is one of the businesses that couldn't afford spending $100 or $200 per month, unless if you clever boys or girls are taking $2,000 out of this client and you're giving just $100 to the freelancer, which means that you're shitty people. And anyway, that's all I had for you. I know it was a strange podcast because I'm not feeling very well. At least I don't have fever. But I think that I'm going to recover. I have to recover because I have some very good videos that I'm creating the next week, and I want to video shoot all of them and be super healthy about them. Sorry for my coughing. Sorry for making this short. And I will see you on the next podcast, and I hope that I'm going to be better in the next one. Have a nice day, guys. This was the Facebook Ads Breaking News Podcast. Like it or not, it is what it is.